So when they come to you, that means that probably they need a fundamental understanding of the issues with it, right? In order to find a practical solution to it. Okay. And they are also very standards based, because their product or whatever has to meet all the standards requirements, right? So there are all kinds of standards out there in different industry sectors. Okay, and some also very oriented towards industrial practices. Okay, so it can be manufacturing or whatever industries, bioceuticals and all these things, pharmaceutical, right, biotechnology. They all have different types of standards and requirements, right? Okay, and many of them actually don't really solve problems by understanding, but through trial and error. Try many times. Sometimes certain things when they talk to you, if you happen to know the subject matters, right, you find that actually fundamentally they don't have the understanding. They are actually hitting them to the wall. Right? They keep trying and error, but conceptually it's wrong already. So sometimes I talk to the engineers, I found that is the case, because they just don't have the understanding, the fundamentals. So theoretical and fundamental concept and everything is actually very important for some area of studies. So I think this is sometimes lacking in the industry in Malaysia. I'm talking in Malaysia. Okay. And usually they go for short-term fixing. Okay, long-term very hard to talk to them, because I can understand. Because they are talking about survival in the next few months or 1 or 2 years, right? So they want short-term fixing, most of the time. Very few will come to you for long-term solution. If there is, then okay, it could be a good match really, because we work on long-term, right? When we get a problem to work on, it will take 1 year or even longer, right? So if industry has this kind of problem to address, then it's good for us to have, if it fits into our expertise. Okay. So our way of solving problems, right, as an academic compared to industry is quite different. So we focus on theoretical understanding, right? They on trial and error, right? We are on conceptual, on paper, simulation, or lab-based. They are more product oriented, right? So they are talking about how to get it into productions, okay, and therefore market it out or whatever. Get into the implementation aspects of it. We as academic, we look for the best performance, the optimum solution. They look for complying with standards. They are talking about meeting their user requirements, right? So they are not too much into whether it's 100% solving the problem or 90%. Then as long as it meet the requirements of the standards and all this, it's fine, no problem. Okay. We are very much evidence and proof based. Right? Whatever that we propose as a solution, we prove. Sometimes we even try to prove that it is it's confirmed, right? It solves the problem and all these things. So we are very much into that. Whereas for them, it is if you're talking about equipment and all those things, right? Normally it's talking about type approval. Get it done, testing and all those things. If it's approved, then I can sell. Okay, no problem, right? I mean, talking about electronics, electrical system and all these things, or even construction, all this. They're talking about Searing or whatever agency that approve it, then it's okay. They can market the need, right? Safety requirement, all this is done, then it's fine, no problem. We talk about publication, okay, sharing. They talk about trade secrets. Okay, so sometimes when we deal with them, joint research or contract research or whatever, we always thought that when we do this at the end, can we publish or not? Right? Some company they will say, okay, can consider, subject to my approval. That kind of things, right? So I think we have to be prepared that this kind of situation will arise, and how are we going to handle it? Okay. So we do have some experience from the past in dealing with companies, such kind of matters. So and worst still is that we are talking about if there's an intellectual property sharing, right? The most difficult problem that we face when we negotiate with companies is that who owns the IP, right? And if you have a co-ownership, what is the percentage of the sharing between the parties involved, right? Okay. Or if they want to own all the IPs, how much should we charge them? These are the things that we always have to we encounter when we deal with companies. Okay. Usually they want everything. They want everything. Right? So do we want to give in to all the things that they want or what? Okay. Now we also have some experience when I'm talking about DCC, right? Handling some cases where our staff actually went ahead and signed an agreement with them without the university knowledge. And ended up that the staff was really taken advantage by the company. And it was a very poor deal as far as we are concerned, right? So, so we told the staff that you shouldn't actually have done this, or you should actually inform DCC, right? Let us help you to go and negotiate with the company. We are not trying to actually stop the deal, we're trying to make it happen. It's just that sometimes certain our right, has to be protected somehow. Okay. But of course, if you're talking about consultancy, if they pay for everything, then of course, then they own everything, right? Because they pay for it. Okay. It all depends on what kind of the nature of the work, how much is the fees that they pay to us and so on, right? So I can't really tell you that okay, this is the rules and all these things. There's no fixed model for all the deals that we have. It has to be case by case. That's why DCC is always very busy, because whenever there's a new case coming, we have to start looking at it, understanding the situation, and then negotiate. Like we help the staff to negotiate. Okay. Of course, there are some consultants work is very straightforward thing. Then fine, no problem. We usually it take it's just a matter of procedure wise we approve it. Alright. Okay. Alright, so having said all the attributes and characteristics of the academics and also industries and business, I think now the issue is that we cannot actually work in silo. That means to say that we shouldn't actually just keep ourselves in the university without any linkage with the industry. I mean, today's world is very different really compared to those days in the past, where we can actually hide in the ivory tower and do whatever we want to do, right? No such thing anymore. Okay, so we measure in many ways, in many aspects, as a university, based on our links and our collaboration, our relationship with the industry.